Howdy folks, we are here today with a mid-ELO game. In the blue, we have Andwen, who is roughly 1231 ELO at the time of this game, who's playing as the Mayans. In the red, we have Danner Danner Colin, who is about 1225, who is playing as the Tatars. We're going to be watching Andwen for this game. And we can see immediately starting off, Andwen is playing as Mayans. They have an extra villager and an Eagle Scout, which means their start has to be a little different. The only reason I know this, because I've already watched this game. I wouldn't have caught this either. But if you start housed, basically, so you immediately got to build some houses and research loom. That's not what Andwen did. But Andwen realized this very quickly, that, hey, there's a problem. Started building the house. I would have started building the house with 2 villagers, but that's okay. And it looks like it flustered them a little bit, because it took them a while to get to the loom, but we're there. We're there. Not too bad. It's maybe about half a minute of TC idle time, but not the end of the world. Honestly, I would have built another house, just because you know you're going to need it. But that's okay. You know, it works as long as you get it built eventually. We've got our Eagle Scout here. This is Ghost Lake, so we got some nice back wood lines here. I would assume this whole thing isn't open because it's Ghost Lake and it's not insane. That's a little unfortunate. Second sheep being taken there, but they're not the end of the world. Okay. So, what do you do on Ghost Lake? What do you do as Mayans? Mayans are known for their archers, I think. Maybe, I don't play them that much. They're also have got pretty good Eagle Warriors. Like, they've got the extra health, from what I remember. Let's see. There we go. Pretty good. Oh, there's the second house. Perfect. Alright, and you can see Andwen going out here to get the sheep. Because again, this is Ghost Lake. There are probably 20 sheep on this lake somewhere. And tiny bits of shorefish. And if you can get these sheep, well, hey, that's really good for you. Strange enough, I don't know why wolves don't attack sheep. Isn't that just like a thing? Wolves like to eat sheep. But hey, it's Age of Empires things. They also don't attack the Eagle Scout. Okay, we got an interesting little wall here. It's almost like they assumed there was a wood line here. Not quite sure about that. But it does come up against the berries like this, so that turns out okay. Going to the back wood line. You know that's probably safe. You see a house being built here to block this off. I'm pretty sure there's probably also a hole here. This, I think, there's a cost benefit to scouting forward like this. You scout forward, hey, you've got 6 more sheep. That's a lot of food right there, right? There's probably even a couple more out on this lake somewhere. But you also don't know, like, they didn't even know this woodline was here, right? You lose that benefit of kind of scouting around your own base. So, like, you don't know what's up here. Like, that boar is just barely in vision. You can kind of see it was almost hidden. You don't know what's over here. You don't know what's back here. So it's trade-offs. I think in this case it was probably actually worth it, because look at all these sheep. We got 8 sheep here, and that's after taking probably 4 or 5 of them. We got the boar coming in, already loomed because of the start. Oh, almost de-aggroed that boar too. And look at this pro, man. Look at this pro. Perfect. Perfect 2 shots of the TC. Of course, for those of you who don't know, if your 3rd shot's from your TC and actually kills the boar, you get no food from it, and that's 300 food down the drain. Not the best thing. Some more sheep here, a couple more relics. You have to assume based on the placement here, your enemy's probably in here somewhere. I got another, okay. Another wall here. This is not a bad wall. Close enough you can probably defend it. Another wall here. This is actually pretty nice to wall up. All the sheep moving over here. And second boar, this is a little early on this boar, honestly. I wouldn't have gone for a boar this early. The second boar, I usually wait till they're a little lower, but hey. If it works, it works. And also, I think because you have... I don't know if splitting the villagers this way is the most efficient thing to do. Like, you can get 11 villagers around one boar. And I think that just reduces the wastage, but hey. This is a player whose ELO is higher than mine, so... Oh, look at this! Sheep stealer! Oh, taking the sheep! Taking the sheep, man. That sucks. That's a lot of food. Okay, you got the sheep back. Oh, what? What a dick. Look at this. Look at this shit. Man, that's bad manners right there. I mean, yes, technically it is a legit thing in the game, but that's just rude. I would be willing to bet this player didn't get any of the sheep off of this map. I think they missed probably all of the sheep from the words from the lake. Okay, we got a barracks. That's a little... I feel like that's a little early for a barracks, because you're not even up. But based on these villagers, it looks like we are going for a fast castle here. And you can see the opponent's already going for men-at-arms. This wall, I don't fully agree with this being palisade. The reason this is kind of far away. Here, if you're here, you've got villagers on the berries. You can wall and get house walls over here. Here, this is kind of far away, and you're not going to be having villagers on stone for a while. And you've got the wood. So I would have, honestly, I would have done this as house walls just to survive longer. All right, we got feudal. We're going up with 24 villagers, 25 pop. So this is definitely looking like a fast castle. We got the 2 vills here. I mean, this is 700 food right here. You're definitely going to be able to have the food for that. Kind of 7 is a little low for having enough food for this. Honestly, I would have put 8, but that's kind of a smaller thing. Also, at this point, having the houses here, you're getting kind of close to that cap. Like, you want to have that space, so that's another reason. And you can see back here, there we go. There's the houses. That's perfectly fine. And this houses out here, absolutely agree with that. Okay, so we're going fast castle, probably into eagles. If you're assuming that your opponent, you can see archers here. Tatars, if they're going for archers, then eagles do very well against archers. They have very high pierce armor, so that makes a lot of sense. But we saw man-at-arms, and I think... Ah, that was smart to switch between these houses and make sure they're both built. We see man-at-arms here. We see archers, and this is kind of a bad combo. Especially for this part of the wall, this is kind of vulnerable. And honestly, at this point, I might even just start preliminarily house walling this, because archers and man-at-arms will get through this. You won't be able to wall behind. You know the man-at-arms are there because they attacked. You have to assume they're coming behind that with something else. So that, yeah. And here they are. Hello. How did you get wounded? What were you fighting? Alright, we've got 2 barracks eagles. And this is kind of weird, because if you're going fast castle, you don't want to be spending resources on eagles. They cost a lot of gold. They cost food. We're now idling the town center. Got the buildings, but not the food. And so here you can see, this will probably not... I love that he shot the deer accidentally. This wall's going to go down because the villager won't be able to house wall behind. Now here's the thing. This is what I would be doing immediately. You know this wall's going down. Wall here. Wall here. Wall here. Give up on these berries. Because you need to go to castle. That's your modus operandi. I don't know where all your food went. Oh. This is why spending your food. You're going to castle. Get your wall up. Get your wall up. Get your wall up. Archers and men-at-arms will have a tough time getting through that. If you need to, you could even make maybe 1 or 2 skirms to take out the archers behind this. But now they're through your wall. If you start, like, immediately, as soon as you see that's becoming a problem, you can get those walls up. Now, I mean, they're in your base. And you don't have anything to keep them out. Eagle Scouts are good against the archers, not so good against the men-at-arms. You can see here they do less damage. They have slightly more health, but I don't think you're going to be able to mass them enough. And at this point, now you've got eco upgrades coming in, you got armor coming in, and that all your food's gone. That was the castle age, and that's really not good because you need that castle age. You need to be able to get up to Eagle Warrior to take care of this. Like 3 archers and 3 men-at-arms against 6 Eagle Warriors, you can take that. Eagle Scouts, well, we see what's happening. Whoops, that's way too fast. We see what's happening here. Still making them. Could have had a house here at this point. Could have had a house here. Could have had this walled up. And then just let them do whatever. They're not going to get in. Are they going to build 15 archers? They're not going to get in. If they build 15 archers and you're in Castle Age, and they're not. You know, but now we've got Wheelbarrow coming in. That's another, what, 125, 150 food? That's more Castle Age food. So you're stuck in feudal at this point, and now getting men-at-arms. I really question that. Okay, well now they're doing something stupid. Going into another town center. Probably pick off a lot of those archers. I question going man-at-arms, because that's not where you're strong. And now I think that was a mistake. Like a misclick garrison on that guy. Yeah, at this point, like, you've got the man-at-arm upgrade. It didn't get you anything. You've got the infantry armor. It didn't get you anything. You could have been in Castle Age at this point. I think this is a little bit of panic. Just a little bit. And that's okay. But definitely walling up here is what I would have done. Because then they can shoot, you know, look at how long it took them to get down that barracks. You could have been in Castle Age, got the units, gone out, killed them. These units are not going to do well here. They're still scouts. That's actually a really beautiful trap that the enemy set right there. They're ahead on villagers too, because you've been trying to save that food. Yeah, this is not a great situation. Now we've got a man-at-arms. Okay, they're diving. This is good, because if you can get a lot of these diving the town center, very nice. Okay, yeah, then you clear this. This is fine. The enemy made a stupid mistake, and now you're back in business, which is really good. But that was, yeah, that was a lot of food waste. I mean, honestly, even a tower. Do a tower, like, you're already kind of slowing down your Castle Age. Just go to stone with 1 villager. You'll get back to 200 by the time you get to castle. Even a tower here would have just cleared all of that. If you had the house walls behind, and you could have had that. But yeah, okay, stabilizing. Don't forget to plug that hole. Honestly, at this point, maybe start building a couple more of these. You've got 18 farms is pretty good. You can spare some wood for houses, but you need to do something, because they may come back, and with what you saw, they can get through your walls. And now they're going to castle. That's not good. They did quite a bit of damage with that. That was a well timed attack, because it delayed your Castle Age by quite a lot. Okay, now you're up. Perfect. I think there was some market manipulation there. Okay, cool. So now you're going up. What's your plan for Castle Age? I see barracks. I'm guessing that means eagles. And based on what we've seen, they're going archers. Probably not the worst idea. Yeah, and we see they're going full in archers. So yeah, full eagles, probably a good idea. Probably get you pretty far. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Alright, look at these speedy villagers now collecting that food. It's quite a lot of food. Okay, oh yeah, and you can see the archers here. They're going. Nice, good scouting there. Wow, they're very open, aren't they? That was kind of a terrible map generation for them. Very open. Alright, we're going for Eagle Warriors. To be honest, you could have started creating these before you got to Castle too, because your barracks weren't doing anything. But now you've got them, getting the upgrades. Look at that nice armor there. I don't know if I totally agree with the Palisade Gate. Those are very weak. We got a second town center here, and the third. Okay, so you've got you're going 3 town centers, but you're also trying to get eagles out of 3 barracks. I don't think you have the resources to do both those things. Oh yeah, this is you might need to run away from this. Cavalry archers is interesting. They're very, very powerful, cavalry archers are. Okay. Not enough eagles. Eagles are good. The cavalry archers could outrun you, but it looks like they're staying back with the crossbows. That's a lot of cavalry archers there. But yeah, 3 town centers, like you can see now, you've got your 3 town centers, or your 2. You're only producing out of 1 of them. You don't have the food economy to go 3 TCs and 3 barracks at the same time. 2 TCs make sense. 3 is a little bit greedy, I think. Especially with all the upgrades that you have to get. A lot of farms, that's good. But you can see, like, you don't have the food or wood counts to sustain production out of that. Gold you're fine on. You got plenty of gold. 60 on gold, actually, that's quite a lot. And also your military is kind of low. Like, honestly, at this point, I would have just stayed 2 TCs. And built more military with that food. Housed. Okay, good. Honestly, if you're housed, 1 villager building a house, not enough. I mean, that's just personal opinion, but I like to send 3 or 4 for at least the first 2. Just because you got to get those houses out. See, they're headed very strongly into cavalry archers, which do... Eagles don't counter them as hard, I think, because they're fast, but cavalry archers should be faster. It might make sense to go into skirms also, just because skirms will counter the cavalry archers. On the other hand, your skirms would be left behind by this. But still, they have quite a bit of army on you. Oh, this is nice. Coming forward with the crossbows, you can clean this up pretty easily. Yeah, so you can see, like, they're able to run away, shoot, run away, shoot. It's kind of hard for the Eagles to close with them. It's interesting they split those forces, though. Maybe they want to just switch fully into cav archers. And here, you're doing that, what I recommended earlier. You're building the house walls ahead. But these crossbows are going to be problematic here. You are ahead on vills, though, but not quite as ahead as I'd expect you to be on 3 TCs. And now you're starting to lose that lead just a little bit. But, still, you've kept this main ball mostly alive, and that's pretty good. Probably clean this up, because again, these Eagle Warriors are really good against the crossbows. On stone after the 2 TCs. I think you went to stone a little late, but not the biggest deal. Yeah, this will get cleaned up. Meanwhile, you're harassing in here, doing a little raiding. But the cav archers, they're very strong. They're really very strong. And he's just picking off your forces. And that's, again, like maybe if you had 20 skirms, you've got the food for it now. Maybe a little bit more wood, but if you had more skirms, I think you would have been able to deal with that a lot better. Okay, more barracks. That's good, because, 3 is not going to cut it long term. I feel like at this point you need, like, maybe another 5 or 6 on wood, because with the farms you need to build, and you need to build more barracks. But it's okay. Lots of food. Definitely lots of food that you're not really using. And now... no villagers either, because that could have gone into another, like, maybe 10, 15 villagers right there. And as far as I know, eagles cost more gold than food, so it's not like you need a tremendous amount of them. This TC makes sense. This is the forward TC. This is protecting that gold. I'm on board with this one. Okay, now, yeah. So what I'm noticing here is it does seem like you're making vills, and then you're making eagles, and then you're making vills. Like, it's kind of rare that you have good queues in both sets of buildings. Like, now there's no vills, but there are eagles. And I think that's a little bit of a problem, because you definitely... oh, this is probably a good fight. But again, imagine 15 skirms back here. You had taken out a bunch of these by now. The Knights was interesting, because... one-on-one, I think Knights are better than Eagles, but you had more. Oh, this is going to be a little dicey. Again, 2,000 food, not producing any villagers. You could, and the fact you have this much food is the next time you go build villages, just put 20 in the queue. You know, you need 20 to get to 100. Say your goal's 100. I don't know if it is, but just pop 20 in the queue. You know, and then just never think about it again. Because you have the food. Again, you have so much food here. And even going to Imp, you have 1,000, 1,500 food. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Cav archers do not outrange town centers. Okay, I like the castle here. Because there's definitely been problems with that. The next time he comes back, he's probably going to bloody their nose. More barracks, I think, would be useful too, because you want to get... You're definitely behind in military right now, and you need to get more eagles. Because that is your primary unit that you're going for. I'd dump like maybe 5 of them here. Maybe another 4 here. Just as many as you can. The map is small, right? It doesn't look like it super matters. But okay, yeah, rushing the castle up. I'm on board with that because you don't know when the other 20 of those cav archers are going to come back. It's interesting. It seems like there's a gather point set here. That'd be my suspicion. That's why there's like some of these showing up. Yep, and there you go. Now you're protected. It's fine. More vills. So again, more barracks would be great. 5th town center on the stone. I don't know if I agree with this one as much because this area is already kind of protected. But hey, you know, not the biggest deal. It's not like you're using stone for that much except castles anyway. Okay, now you're not really producing anything. Still kind of would be good to have a little bit more villagers, like maybe 10 more. Definitely want another 30 eagles if possible. Got to get that queue going. What is this? What are you building here? Something is being built here and I don't see what it is. Oh, monks. Okay. That makes sense. The monks look a little different. Okay, where are these villagers going? Over here? Oh, okay. That's a bold town center. But, you know, if it pulls off, it's worth it. Okay, your opponent has been building military. Not as much military as I expect, actually. They're still on 2 TCs and you're on 5. So that's a mistake on their part. But at this point, the fact that you haven't seen their army in so long, you should probably be scouting them again just to see what they're up to. Because possibly, you know this is open. You could maybe get in some raids. Are they here? You know, are they here yet? They are here. This is information you need to have. Elite Eagle Warrior. Very nice. All the upgrades coming in on that. This is going to be a powerhouse. You still need more. You need more barracks. Plenty on gold. You know, the gold's not your problem. But you just need more of these. Because, like, yeah, they've got the cavalry archers. And they've got a lot of cavalry archers. And your eagles are really good at taking archer fire, but they're not amazing. Alright, you're going to pursue this. How many archers? That's 30. Yeah. I'd probably back away from that too. But you see how many cavalry archers that they have there. Skirms. Just get some skirms. You know? Now we see more barracks coming in. Again, housed. That's an interesting place for... Also, again, a palisade gate. Definitely want to get some houses up. But yeah, decent bit of eagles at this point. You've got score lead, which is a good sign. Your military count's actually getting pretty close to theirs. It kind of makes me wonder, what are they doing? You've been leaving them alone a lot. Okay, but here we go. Cav archers. Not enough knights, honestly. If you're going to go knights, go for more knights. Keshiks. I love it. I love the Keshiks. Okay. Are we taking this? Okay, you're taking this fight. Yeah, the Keshiks will go down. This looks pretty decent for you. Oh, you can see him going to that gold. Yeah, this is... Well, maybe. This is going to be a close fight, I think. That your opponent's not using their cavalry archers. They should be backing up with them. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're not paying attention and... Oh, okay. And there's the GG. Nice, because that was their military, which they didn't move. for reasons that were very unclear. That was good, yeah. So yeah, so the massing of the eagles is what did it. This is good. You know, this is that. There's definitely some problems in the beginning, but obviously, hey, you won the game. Killed a lot of cavalry archers there, but I do definitely feel like your castle age time could have been improved. And a lot of that I think was because you got rushed. You did not get this blocked off. If you gotten this blocked off, I think you would have not needed to panic train the scouts. You wouldn't have needed to panic build army, get the armor upgrades, get the eco upgrades. You spent a lot of food on that, and I think that was obviously why you didn't get up in time. But getting this walled off you would have had that food in time. You would have just had more time to prepare, and so I think that would have been a good idea. A little bit greedy on the TC boom, especially because there was this huge mass of army that you just didn't deal with. You didn't have map control, so that, I mean, it worked out well for you eventually. Like, look at, you got plenty of villagers, but I feel like that was a little greedy in the beginning. And then more barracks. Like, you were producing that 4 barracks for quite a while, and then even at the end you got 7. You know, at some point you had 1,000 wood. Just drop 5 barracks at that point. You know you're gonna need them, but in the end, you know, held, mostly kept you cool, took out this army, and yeah, won the game. So good job. Anyway, as always, hope that was interesting and informative for everyone, and I'll see you next time.